Enjoy this Goldilocks Productions presentation of the Joyful Finding Show with your host, Melissa Parks.
Welcome back, everybody. What a joyful day it is. I hope you're living your joy. I have to tell you that as soon as I logged in today, that the energy started to pick up. It waited until now. Usually it's been fluctuating when it starts. But thank you for joining. Tap into the energy. Let go of what no longer serves you. Step into your power. It's the most beautiful day outside, no matter where you are. There's so much going on in the world. I hope you all made it through your Easter weekend very well and intact. It was an emotional roller coaster for some, so hopefully you've all got back on track and figured out what's going on in your life and feeling that joy and starting to envision what that joy looks like for you or what that joy that you need to pull into your life is going to start to look like. It's a beautiful, beautiful Wednesday, and I'm so, so happy. I'm going to say it all day today that I'm just so happy that you guys are joining me. The energy is very intense and very loving today, so allow yourself to tap into that. Allow yourself to feel that. Allow yourself to let go of what no longer serves you. Allow yourself to see your patterns so you can release yourself from them, because the only one that's in control of you is you. Us psychics and all, we have great advice, but it's up to you to make the choices that are going to be best for you. And again, it's just a beautiful, beautiful day here in Sarasota, Florida. So I have my first caller calling in. Why don't we take that at area code 631?
Oh, hello.
Hello, and your name is?
My name is Rose.
Hi, Rose. How can I help you today?
Do you do just a general reading, or do you want a question?
I'll take a question, or I can tap in, whatever you feel best.
Oh, shoot. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
I guess maybe career. I don't know if you see anything getting better with that.
In your career. Okay, let me tap in there. Are you in a career now?
Yeah, I'm in more than one.
Okay, so you're kind of all over the place. Okay, so
a little bit,
with that, you need to like funnel them into one, because I feel like you're all over the place, and it would be nice if you can incorporate them all into one job rather than several. And I know that's kind of different because they're very different within themselves also. But you have to pick which ones are going to make you the most happy. You know, which ones bring you the most joy. So let go of what doesn't bring you joy and open up to what does. And I almost feel like there's a new opportunity, like a new job is just waiting for you. You just have to walk through that door, because they show me you've been thinking about what you would really like to do. You've been trying to analyze that for yourself. And through that, the job is lining up for you. Do you feel like you have been thinking about what it is that you do enjoy, that you're stepping forward to?
Yeah, because I'm actually applying for just the new jobs that I wasn't even aware of that they existed. Oh, shoot. Sorry about that.
You're okay.
Yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. So I just started looking yesterday. I'm fixing up my resume now, actually, to apply to these different jobs that I think that would be right up my alley. I didn't even know they existed until yesterday.
Well, that's perfect. So I'm just validating, yes, finish filling out your resume, apply for these jobs, because these are much more of what it is that you're looking for. You know, it's opening up to you so that you can start having more of your joy in your life and giving you a steady income also. Right.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. So I'll continue on then.
Awesome. Good luck with that, Rose. Continue on.
Okay.
I love that.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Melissa. Have a good day.
Absolutely. You too. Thank you. Awesome. There's lots of people looking for new jobs. There's lots of people looking for new love. There's all these things that you're looking for. It's about opening up your heart and following through with what it is that you truly desire. I know a lot of people that are stuck in their 9-to-5 jobs, and they're very unhappy, but they're very happy that they get that paycheck and that stability, but they're not finding that joy in their life. So seek outside of yourself what that joy is. Or maybe you have to dive really deep in to find out what that joy is for you, because it's about us living joy, okay? And then if we live joy, the people next to us start to live joy, and everyone starts living a much more joyful life, which is so much more fun, so much more fun. So as I'm sitting here, the energy is increasing. So just so you know, I want you all to be aware that the energy is full of love, full of light, full of laughter. So if you're not finding that you're in that space, what is it that you need to change to find more love and light in your life? Are you still repeating the same patterns over and over again? Have you recognized what they are? It took me a long time to recognize my patterns. I didn't even know I had patterns until I started really paying attention. So it's about life review. Go through your life review and start seeing what is paying attention to you, what's going on around you, what do you keep doing? Do you keep getting in the same job over and over again? Do you keep getting in the same relationship with the same person over and over again? Maybe not the same person, but someone that's similar to that same person. A repeated pattern. So pay attention to the patterns that are going on in your life so that you can start to change them, and then you can start to see where the negativity lies. If there's negativity, that's definitely something that needs to change. If it's bringing you joy, then you need to do much more of that. So allow yourself to start seeing your patterns and allow yourself to start feeling more joy, and know that you deserve it. A lot of us don't feel like we deserve joy. Maybe we felt like we've been bad to ourselves or to someone else somewhere in our past. Please forgive yourselves and know that we deserve, and we learn from our mistakes and we learn from our lessons. We are all here to evolve and keep learning. So with that, I'll take my next caller at area code 201.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you? And your name is?
Good, my name is Shalina.
Hi, Shalina. How are you today?
I'm okay. Could use some type of advice or guidance or confirmation, something, I guess.
Okay.
I'm not sure which the right word is.
All right. Well, do you have a question for me to answer, and then we'll go from there, or do you just want me to tap it?
I guess the question would be, I'm in a relationship of 9 years. We got married in August. I kind of been putting a lot of things on the back burner, like putting blinders on because he's a good guy on paper. But I'm also very intuitive and an empath, so I feel a lot of things. And I met someone in September, and it kind of made me open my eyes to things that I was basically blinding myself because I stayed in this relationship for the fact that he's good on paper and everything. And that I wasn't feeling love, or I wasn't feeling like my authentic self, and I wasn't even smiling or laughing how much I normally would be. I kind of want to know. I just feel like at a loss because I don't know how things are going to go or which way it's going to play out.
Okay. Here's the thing. You already know that the relationship that you're in, even though you've been in it for almost 10 years now, where you opened your eyes to the red flags, it is okay for you to leave this relationship. Just because someone looks good on paper doesn't mean that they're going to make you feel good at home or when you're spending time together. So, and you said the magic words when you were actually explaining it to me, your authentic self. You did not feel like you were being your authentic self. And, oh, my God, I feel so many goosebumps as I say that right now. Because you feel it too, right? Because it made you giggle.
Yeah.
So it's like, so that is how you know that you are getting true information, okay? Even though, you've invested so much time and there's a lot of earth ways to look at it, but in the last part of it, if it's not bringing you joy, it's not going to make you happy in the long run, because True. It would have changed somewhere in between those 9-10 years. But you started opening up a lot more spiritually and started using your gifts. That's where you started noticing all these changes taking place within this relationship and the things that you needed that you weren't getting. You started to see the patterns because this man that you're married to right now also has the patterns of past relationships.
Right.
So it's like, now, what are you going to do to break that? Okay. Well, one, you have to figure out what your next step is going to be, and you're going to follow your heart by doing that. And I don't feel like you want to break your husband's heart or anything. I feel like you guys can communicate about this pretty civilly if he allows that, because he's not in love anymore either. It's habit is what I'm getting. Habit. You know what I mean? It's routine. He's a routine kind of person. Are you still there, dear? All right. So with that, I hope you're able to change up your relationship, and I hope you got all that information. Sorry, her call dropped. But, relationships, here's the thing, and I've had clients been married 34 years and realized that's not the right relationship, or they've only been married, sometimes they're only in a relationship 6 months and they realize that it's not the right relationship. So with that, just allow yourselves to know what is truly right for yourself and what it is that you truly need in your life, and don't settle for things. If red flags start popping up, then you need to start paying attention to where they come from. It's very important that we start paying attention to what we're doing and the actions that we're making and the choices that we're making. Are these choices the happiest ones that we could be making for ourselves? So really look at our lives, look at your life, and see where it is that you can make changes to make yourself happier. Because, again, it all comes down to you. We all can give great advice, but it comes down to what you choose for yourself. And I hope that you truly choose some love in your life and you start to expand in that way. So I hope that last caller got all that information. And we'll move on to caller number 3. Oh, she called back in. Can I have her back?
I heard you say that last thing, and then all of a sudden I didn't hear anything, and I said, maybe she's getting a message. And then I said, wait, she's not talking yet. And then we got disconnected. I was like,
okay,
she's telling me such good information.
I know. I guess you'll have to listen to the show after the show so you can catch up on that. That's so funny. I did leave you some great advice, so you'll definitely have to go back and check up on that. It's about you standing in your power. It's about you making the decisions that are going to be right for you. It's also about you, I said you had to talk to your husband civilly, tell him how you feel. That's also standing in your authentic self. I think I'm adding to the message now, so you'll have the gist of it. So it's like you have to do what's going to be right for you. It doesn't matter what is right for somebody else. It's about you standing in your little bubble and you taking care of what you need to take care of for you.
Right. I wanted to know how you felt about the other person.
You want me to tap into that, the other person? Okay, hold on.
Yeah. Because I wouldn't want to be with the person that they feel so much love and abundance of love from.
But it's okay, here's the thing. You need to get out of one relationship before you can jump into another. So I feel like it's a good match, okay? That's what I feel is a good match. But I feel like you have to finish up whatever you have going on here before you can move forward into the next one. And he has helped you already, make huge steps and strides. So it's about you just making the decisions that you need to make for yourself now. And don't base them on him. Base them on yourself.
No. Exactly.
Okay.
He even said the exact same thing you just said.
Okay, then there's your validation.
Yeah, he said exactly that same line last night. Like, I don't want you to do anything based off of me.
Well, that's perfect. Then that means he's truly looking out for you, and you're making the right decisions for you, which is absolutely awesome.
Awesome. Good.
All right.
Well,
so I
leave
that with you, and good luck in the future, honey.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. Take care. Awesome. That's so funny. Maybe the energy got so it's intense that it dropped the call. You just never know what happens there. So I'll take caller number 3 at area code 929 now. Area code 929.
Hi. Greetings. Thank you for taking my call.
Oh, absolutely. How can I help you today?
Okay. My name is Saroya.
Okay.
I feel like I've repeating the last caller, but I'm too in a 19-year relationship that I don't even know which way to turn. I have expressed, listened, try to find new ways, try to break old patterns, But I'm just getting this gut feeling like, and I asked, you ready to move on? Because I'm not the type of person to say, well, I'm just thinking about me and I'm going to move on and leave you alone to figure it out, because we have children. So I asked for complete honesty, and I'm not getting it. And I'm getting frustrated.
Okay, well then you're pretty much answering your own questions too. I love that I can just help you guys validate what you're feeling, because if you're not feeling the love, you're not getting straight answers, you're not getting the truth, then there's really, even though there's children involved, you're not teaching your children to have a good relationship by staying in a bad relationship, okay? Because children should see how good relationships work. And if you guys get along better apart, then that's something to show them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how do you want to proceed? If you're still fearful of separation or divorce or whatever that might be, what does that feel like? What would it look like on the other side for you? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like you're already in the process of making those decisions for yourself, because it's not making you happy. So it's just you keep moving forward along that path, and everything will unfold in front of you. They kind of show me it's like a little box where all these pieces just pop out of these little walkways, so you can go whichever way you want to go. So it's about you figuring out what it is exactly that you want. It sounds like you already figured that out. Do you have a specific question about that?
Yeah, like, why does it hurt so bad, though? And this should have changed the whole process of it. Like, I'm trusting in the process,
Okay, well,
I think it's just the rejection part.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, yeah, no one likes to feel that. That always makes it even more of a struggle, because no one likes to feel rejected. No one likes to be upset. And change is sometimes very difficult, okay? And it's uncomfortable. And then that we have to start feeling emotions that we've gotten all locked up, because if you look at some of these emotions, they might even go back into your childhood. You know what I mean? So it's like, let's see how we can change.
There too.
Oh, yeah. See, so we're dealing with a whole lifetime of stuff. So this is like the lifetime purge. All these things that have happened, it's time for you to get all these feelings and emotions out of you now, so that you can move forward with so much more love and light in your heart. And again, that joy. We all want joy, so that's what we're looking for, is our joy. And I also,
right at the end of it.
And sometimes clarity is not comfortable. This is something that I've learned as of lately. Sometimes when we get clarity about our life, it's not comfortable, just because we have to change our lives, because you guys have been together for a long time, so you're used to that routine. You're used to being together. You're used to doing this or that or doing your own thing or whatever. So, and for such a long time, so it's kind of scary and new when you separate and start to do something different. You know what I mean? So just let all that go and follow your heart, because I feel like everything's just going to fall right in front of you, exactly what you need. I also feel like, you've been using your intuition a lot lately, and it's been giving you lots of red flags. So pay attention to them, because that's your intuition really telling you to tap in and pay attention. And this is going to filter out into other parts of your life, not just your relationship. I feel like parts of your job, people that you hang out with, it's going to start, and they've shown me this circular motion. So it's just going to start spreading out from you, and you're just going to gain so much more insight from all of this.
Thank you, because I do feel, and I'm not trying to put that out there in my atmosphere that I'm alone, but I just feel like really alone. My children do their best to, bring comfort, because they see when I get quiet, but, oof.
Right.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Okay, that's another emotion. That's another thing that has to be dealt with. Okay, so this also goes back into your childhood too. Okay, because there was alone feelings there too. So it's like you're going through this whole life thing, and I feel like you need to get together with some like-minded friends. Okay, if there's not a group around you that already thinks openly about all this spiritual stuff, then create one so you guys can start coming together and creating that atmosphere for each other. Because I feel like there's also people around you that are feeling the same exact way.
Okay. I guess I just feel as though when I do express myself, or when I do choose to open my mouth, you know, when you talk to someone and you just feel automatically annoyed by this person, although they are speaking the truth and they are,
right.
you know, talking with sense.
Yes.
That's how I feel when I'm expressing myself. That's the feedback that I get. You know.
Okay. Then here's
you taking
the
it
thing
too
that
personally.
right. Well, here's it's okay. Don't be sorry at all. When we express our authentic self, we cannot care how someone else reacts to it because we're standing in our truth. When they have a reaction to whatever we have going on, it's something that they have to deal with. We don't have to interpret that or bring that into our field or into that our energy. That's something that belongs completely to them. Does that make sense? And that way you don't have to feel like you're responsible because all you're responsible for is you. Everyone outside of you is responsible for themselves. So just stand in that power and stand in your authentic self and keep that going because it's an amazing thing.
Thank you so very much.
You're welcome. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you. Awesome. Yeah, we have lots of love going on in the air, people. I love this. Love, love, love. That's one of the most things I talk about. It's funny because I was shopping at a little thrift store the other day and I bought 2 new love signs, so I must have known that it was going to be about love. So everything that you're doing in your life, know that it is in divine order, even though it may feel like it's chaos right now. This is to help you motivate yourself to make steps in the right direction, to step out of whatever chaos you might feel like you're living in, whatever sadness you might be living in, whatever that is you're feeling, so that you can make the steps to move into that joy that you're looking for. First, you have to change your thoughts so that they're more joyful and that you can start thinking more joyfully. You know, I call it retraining your brain. I'll probably talk about this a lot. As soon as you say something negative and you realize you've said something negative, it's really important for you to change that into something positive. Go, oh, I really didn't mean that. I really meant this. The universe is listening to these things that we're saying, whether they're saying them quietly inside our head or we're saying them out loud to the person next to us or even talking to ourselves. You know, so just start using more loving words about yourself and other people. It's about self-love, you know, so start saying things with love to yourself. Start talking to other people out there. Even if you don't like them, start sending them love, you know, because everyone needs love. Everybody needs love. We came down here to experience love. So love, 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 and love and love, love. That's so awesome. All right, so I will take my next caller at area code 973.
Hi, this is Jackie.
Hi.
I'm calling
Jackie.
from New Jersey.
Jackie from New Jersey. How can I help you today?
Yes, I constantly try to change negative thought patterns in the words that come out of my mouth.
Good.
But I am dealing with some things, and I just want to see what advice you could give me.
Okay. Let's see. Well, Jackie, I feel, and it's like weird because it's blocking your heart chakra, whatever it is, okay? So it's blocking you from sending out love, and it's blocking you from kind of receiving love, whatever's going on. It's kind of like you shut yourself down a little bit. I feel like you're in this little cocoon right now so you can start to figure out what's going to happen because you have been going through, they're showing me you have been changing your words, you have been changing your actions, but there's still a repeated pattern, even though you haven't noticed it yet, and you're on the verge of noticing it. I feel like you're on this cliff and you're ready to jump off it because you know you have your wings and you're ready to fly, but you're not sure your wings are there yet. So it's like they're showing me you maneuvering down this road, and it's really a windy path you've been through is what they're showing me. It's gone from way left to way right, and now you're kind of like pulling that path into center, and now it's like they're showing me that with your thoughts and what you're thinking now is like you're creating these new opportunities that are popping up in front of you. And they're showing me that you're manifesting pretty quickly too. So you might think about something and then it shows up the next day, or, you know, all of a sudden it shows up. You know, they're showing me there's lots of these things taking place for you. But they also show me that you have to believe in yourself a little bit more and allow yourself to really just open up to who you really are, because it's like I feel like you're in, see again about the cocoon, and now they're showing me like an Easter egg, an egg that's getting ready to crack. So it's like you're ready to go through this rebirth. So what is it you want to be when you're rebirthing? Because that's what you're creating right now. And then they show me like all this like magic glitter flowing around. So are you working with magic or glitter or fairies or something?
Yeah, a little bit. I believe in fairies, definitely. I like creating things, and I do believe that I receive a lot of signs. So I'm not sure if that's what's coming through.
Well, they are showing me that. Yeah. They're also showing me that
the magic.
Like fairies more.
I'm
magic
just trying to
fairies.
clean my space and clean my space, but I'm working between two spaces. Like I'm between two different locations to live.
Okay.
Where I'm at right now is not really conducive. But there's a little resistance on the other half, so I have been trying to spiritually clean both environments to get prepared for my move.
Okay, perfect. Well, the fairies want to help you, so they're showing me because when you're trying to clear the space, call in the fairies, because I feel like they're spreading this glitter around to help with whatever energies are going on there, because it's a little, you're trying to clear it. You're doing a good job, but the fairies want to be called in and they want to make a new connection with you. So allow that to happen for you.
Okay, and I'm like the only person around me that even believe that these things are possible. They don't.
Oh, that's okay.
My family, my immediate family is completely at odds with all of the belief system. They don't believe that you can get help from the spiritual side. They don't believe that you receive messages. Every once in a while, like maybe one of my children may have a dream and it might resonate with them. That is a premonition. My husband, forget about it. He doesn't believe anything of that sort. He just believes in me that I could do it. He doesn't realize where my help is coming from.
That's awesome. I'm getting that you need to start talking this stuff even though they don't believe it, okay? Because they're going to start believing more of it when they start seeing more things start to manifest in your life that you're creating, that you're making happen. And then they'll want to know how to do it, and then they'll start to connect to you, because I feel like eventually we're all going to start connecting, you know what I mean? So it's like just depending on when they want to start to connect. But I feel like for you to be your authentic self, that you stand in that and you start talking about it, whether people roll their eyes at you or whatever. My family was the same way. They still kind of roll their eyes at me, but they're supporting me. My brother actually listens to this show. So it's like they're stepping out and they're listening, even though they think, some of it's wackadoo or whatever. They're still opening up their minds enough to listen, and that's awesome. So you have to start there. So start spreading some of that to your family. They'll be all right with it.
Yeah, well, right. It would have to be my immediate family, because growing up, I read your bio. Growing up, I went through the same things, and it followed me even into adulthood. Regardless of my accomplishments, it followed me. And they just never wanted to believe, and I couldn't understand why.
Right, but that's their journey. That's their journey. So as long as you're believing in what is going on for you, that's what's most important. Whatever they want to believe, that's still their belief system. We can't change others' beliefs, but we can change our own to what resonates and feels good with us. Because even growing up, there was all kinds of things my parents and grandparents told me that I should believe that I do not believe to this day, because it didn't resonate with me. It didn't feel right. Whether it was me growing up in the Catholic Church and having to go into the confessional and lie because I didn't do anything. I didn't sin that week, so I had to make up something, So it's like we just have to let all that go. It doesn't work for us, so we're pulling into our life what does work with us, and we're changing our belief systems as we go. And then we're helping our children change, too, because, if you think back, all these years that America's been around and the world's been around, whatever, all these beliefs that we've had are slowly changing into something different. Our spiritual beliefs are coming to be more true than, most organized religions or whatever. So it's like we're standing in love and light. That's what's most important. So,
but I
hope that helps you, Dick. What?
Yes. I'm trying to move to another location because I believe that the home resonates with my spirit. And there's been a lot of resistance with it, and it's almost overbearing at times.
But is it your resistance, or is it the people going with you's resistance?
No, it's the people who's trying to stop me from going there, and the people who are going with me are not really believing that it's possible. Like, they have a lot of doubt, and so they cast their doubt on me.
Okay, well, then you have to tell everyone they have to get on the same page. Because they want to be in a better environment, too. So if it's a better environment for you, it's going to be a better environment for them, too. So you just have to explain it in a different way for them.
Okay.
Come down to their level, whatever that is, and try to explain it for them if that helps.
Okay.
And good luck with that, Jackie.
Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you. Enjoy your day, honey.
You too.
Thank you. What a lot of fun we're having today. It's all about love and changes and connecting in with our spirit and changing how our belief systems are and how our patterns are. The beliefs turn into patterns also. So, look at those. How do they feel for you? How do they resonate with you now? Is it still bringing you joy? Is it not? We're all in this together, but we're all in this by ourselves at the same time, because we can only change ourselves, not anyone outside of us, which is an amazing thing. And the energy is still kicking. You guys feeling it out there? I'm starting to sweat. I just want you to share that with you so you can feel that energy that's going on, and it's this amazing thing. And I just want to let you know how you can reach me outside of this show. You can reach me on my website at IamMelissaParks.com. You can reach me by cell phone at 941-266-9250. You can find me here at Wild Ginger Apothecary here in Sarasota, Florida. If you're ever in the area and looking to get a reading, take a class, whatever might feel good for you, I look forward to hearing from you in the future. Lots of exciting energy still floating around here today. I'm loving this. It's all about love, 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 love. All right, I'm ready for caller number 5. Look, I'm up to number 5. Area code 412.
Hi, this is Mandy. Thanks for having me.
Hi, Mandy. Thanks for calling in. How can I help you today?
Yes, I was wondering what you could tell me, any insight as far as a residential move.
Okay. It's just a matter of timing. Because as soon as you said residential, they showed me a new place. Do you want to move to a house? Because I feel like it's a house.
Preferably.
Okay, because I feel like it's a, and it's not very big either, which is kind of cute. It's kind of like cute cottagey looking. But I feel like it's your comfort zone. You're ready to move into what's going to be your new space, which is going to which is your new oasis. They show me it very cozy. They show me it very posh. They show me this. It's a very loving space. So I feel like you are going to move. Probably you're looking to move this summer.
Everything is up in the air. I'm almost overwhelmed with all the details. Just need, I guess, just some. I wish I had some guidance in which zone area would be the best for me.
Do you already have areas picked out that you want to go?
No, not really, to be honest with you. That's why I said I feel so overwhelmed. I'd like to relocate out of state. That would be my preference, but I don't know if that's accessible at this time period.
I'm getting that it absolutely is. You just have to believe that it is. I feel like the overwhelmness is you have too many choices, or you're making too many choices for yourself. So if you already know that you want to move out of state, do you know what state that's at? Or do you have several states that you're choosing from? Because I feel like that's where the overwhelming part comes from. There's too many choices. Where do I want to go? How do I want to get there? So how many states have you picked out?
I guess the more of the anxiety is if somebody would intervene and stop the move from happening, particularly my oldest son's father.
Oh, so you want to be stopped.
So I guess
you want to move, but you want to be stopped.
Excuse me, hon?
I said you want to move, but you also want to be stopped. You want the ex-husband to stop you, or the baby's father?
I don't want that person to intervene, and I don't want to get my hopes up and my son's up and go one way and then just totally have him like crush something else for us in life. Do you see? Let me just strip to something more. So if that's what he would do, I would, I have to like just outweigh that option altogether right now. Then, unfortunately.
Okay, so.
Basically, is he going to be a problem?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get to. Can I just have his first name? Because his energy is kind of sketchy. Can I just have a first name?
Okay, his name is Derek, but my son's name is Derek too.
Okay, well,
but they have
different
middle names. I don't know if that would help.
No, it doesn't matter which one you gave me. Let me connect it. So you think he's going to be a problem, but you're not sure. Does he create problems now?
Yes, most definitely. Our Easter was we didn't have Easter because of him. He went against the court order. Yes.
Oh, yeah, because I feel like he is a troublemaker. Okay, this is what I get from him. So, yeah, he's not going to make this easy, but I'm getting that if you go to, I know this is going to cost money, but you have to go to a lawyer because if there's court orders already, you need to get the court. Are you in the divorce decree or the custody, are you able to take him out of state? Are you able to move with him?
I never, that's not in the lease, anything about relocating so no, I'm sure it'll be a matter of having to go back. Yes, most definitely the court.
So, yeah, you definitely have to go through the court and get all your, dot all your I's and cross all your T's, and you'll have to go that way. And then he really can't stop anything if you do it the legal manner, even though he doesn't follow through on the court orders. There should be some kind of repercussion for that. I'm not sure what that is wherever you live, but I would also look into that too, and see if you can't. And they also want you to send love to him because he's just trying to be difficult. And the more that we send love out to people that are trying to be difficult, it kind of diffuses the difficultness, okay? So if you're always looking at him the same way, like, oh, my God, I can't believe you're doing this to me again, you can say that to yourself, but still shoot out love to help diffuse the situation. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I try to just act like he just doesn't exist. I try not to just think about it. No energy at all, no negative or positive. He doesn't deserve anything more from me and my son. That's right. Just try to do that. Just like try to vanish it, but he makes that impossible when he, does things
because he likes
you have to deal.
He likes to create roadblocks. It's almost like a joy for him. To make other people's lives more difficult. And in fact, it makes his more difficult. He's really not happy doing this. And it really upsets your son.
Yes,
a lot.
Most definitely. He cried more than once on Easter and the day after Easter. And
it really...
Go ahead, on.
I'm just saying that it really hurt him the most. And that's one of the things
most definitely.
Yeah, but it hurts him the most, and it's like, he doesn't recognize what he's doing. Yeah,
I've tried to, calmly, or I'll even do it because he won't communicate like this, talk. So I've said it in text messages what he's doing to the child. Like this Easter was my son's first Easter ever without me. And he brought him back 2 to 3 hours after the court order that he was supposed to. And there's quite a driving distance in between our households, too. So, Easter's over after 6 o'clock in the night. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
and try to explain that to him. You know what I'm saying? And just does not care. It just seems like almost like he'll do it because he can. And it's really weird. And, the child wasn't told Happy Easter. He wasn't given an Easter basket. That's just me. I'm sorry if any of the viewers don't celebrate Easter, but my child always has since birth. So those were things that, what was weird to wake up and nobody tells him Happy Easter and you're not taking him home when he's supposed to.
Right. So, and that's upsetting to him. To the child.
Yeah, and as a parent, if you really loved your parent, a friend, a neighbor, a stranger, like if I heard that story, how could that not disturb you if that bothers the child?
Right. Yeah. sometimes it's just about the parents. So sometimes they don't think about their children. They think they're doing the right thing just because they have them in their space. But it's really detrimental. It's not really detrimental, but it's emotionally scarring sometimes for children when they're treated this way. So you're balancing it out for him. So to just know that you're balancing out the relationship between the two of them. So you're able to show the child what true love is and stuff like that. But don't forget that your son also decided he wanted to be born into this family with him as his father, you as your mother, and that these were all lessons that you guys were going to learn with each other. So there's a lot of learning taking place, I think, on everyone's part, more yours and your son's probably than your ex-husband. But I feel like, there can be things that can be worked out about relationship harmony. If they were having a good time and he was a couple hours late, it would be cool if he called and said, we're going to be late. But he at least had the courtesy to call to say they were running late or just came back late.
No, had refused me. I was a decent party on the phone with my son Easter morning, who played secretary to please remind him that it's Easter, so you get to come home this Sunday 2 hours, early in the background. He said, absolutely not.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's that. And the child is left alone, and I thank you for your time, but some of your views on just, I don't feel my son or I chose him to be in our life and go through this living hell.
Well, I have to tell you that you did.
Totally,
but
I do appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome. It's just like when I got married and I thought it was going to be like, I got married and then we had a baby and I thought my life was going to be perfect and that's, he was, we were going to be together forever.
I didn't marry this person. Yes. Go ahead. My son wasn't planned.
Right.
I didn't marry this man. He had nothing to do with my child. Overall, in a nutshell, for 11 years, ma'am. So excuse me if I'm getting sensitive to some of your words.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I completely understand. It's like my ex-husband really isn't in my son's life, who's 15 years old, so I can completely understand where you're coming from. Completely. I sympathize with you and all of that.
Come in and just bulldoze and bully, and I do totally agree. If there was something special going on and it wasn't a holiday, I'm not that, I'm not bitter.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
No,
like if my son called and asked me.
He likes to just be a little spiteful, that's all. But I hope you guys are able to come to some kind of relationship harmony. I can't give much more insight on how he's going to react because it's all about you at this point and how you're going to keep reacting to it. There's a little bit of tension there between the two of you. Maybe you guys can come to some kind of, level playing ground, some kind of balance, where he is not so negative and, maybe you can find that with each other, I'm hoping that you can.
Yep, that would be nice. Unfortunately, I don't see it happening.
Well, I know, but if we keep saying that we don't see it happening, it will never happen. But say I'm open to it happening. I would love for that to happen.
To it, but I have to be realistic. At 40 years old, I have to be realistic as well. But again, thank you for more than enough of your time today.
Oh, you're welcome. You enjoy the rest of your day, and good luck with that relationship issue. Good luck.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.
Absolutely. Yeah, relationships can be difficult sometimes. Even after the relationship is over and there's children involved, it makes things difficult sometimes. Not everyone gets along even afterwards. So it's like, can we all be just nice to each other? That's my thought, I like to be nice to everyone. I'm even nice to my ex-husband. He's not always nice, but I am always nice to him. He has his moments, but it's like we have these situations that happen in our lives to teach us lessons, to help us learn compassion, maybe how to control ourselves. There's a lot of different things that take place in different relationships, whether it's relationships with your parents or relationships that are love relationships or, maybe it's just the baby's father or mother or whatever side of the relationship you're on. There's so many different things changing and shifting. So if you keep going at it with love, more love will start protruding from you, coming to you. It will go out to the other people. This is another thing they want me to teach you guys today. I'm not sure if I've told you guys this yet or not, But I like to use protection every day. I put up a light of protection every day, and I like to make it fun, and I like to make it easy. And so what I do is, everyone's seen The Wizard of Oz, right? So everyone remember Glinda the Good Witch and her translucent bubble floating around? Well, I like to put up my bubble every day. So I'm still able to see out, and people are still able to see in, but the negativity has to stay on the outside of my bubble. I don't mind recognizing on the outside of my bubble, but I don't want it on the inside of my bubble anymore. It makes me uncomfortable. This works good for empaths. This works good for when you go get out in traffic. It works really well in traffic, so this way you can actually see how much space you have between you and your cars. See how much energy you can push out there and how big you can make your bubble. It's not just a 3-foot little bubble, but that's another thing, that we just need to worry about what's going on. And I use that word again, and I don't mean that. We only have to be responsible for what happens inside of our bubble. Okay, yes, we have some responsibility to our children and our parents and stuff outside of our bubble, but really we're walking our path. No one else can walk our path besides us. No one can put our shoes on and experience what we've experienced. Yes, people may have similar experiences and stuff, but it's not the same experience. We react to them differently. The way I react to something could be totally different than how someone else reacts. So we just put up our bubble of protection. We worry about what's going on in our little bubble and start creating our little world. So that's when I always say, what's going on in your world? I mean, what's going on in your space? What is going on just for you? What kind of love are you creating in your life right now? So there's lots of love going on out there. So we need to create more. Create love for Mother Earth, create love for our fellow people, our families, even those people we dislike. I'm going to say that again because there are some people out there that rub us the wrong way, and we may not like them to the highest extent, but still send them love. We don't know what someone else is going through or what they're feeling. So that's why we just send out love. Some of the most people that are smiling and happy all the time are probably sometimes the most depressed inside. So send out love to even the happy people. Send out love to the sad people. Send out love to all people, all races, all colors. It doesn't matter, all around the world, even out into the universe. Send love, love, love. I'm all about the love. That's the vibration that comes off me the most, is love. That's one of the things that people tell me the most. They're like, we just love being around your energy. It feels good. It feels very loving. And I didn't even know I had this energy until, my 40s, okay, because that's when my life hit rock bottom and I had to, start my life all over again. And that's when I tapped into my abilities again. Into them full force anyways. Before it was like dabbling. I knew little bits and pieces, but I had to hit rock bottom. My life had to hit complete bottom for me to change my life. Not everyone has to hit rock bottom for your life to change. You can change your life today before you have to hit rock bottom and start all over. I had to go through some serious things in my lifetime to get me to this point where I started to trust and started to believe in myself and started to get over my self-doubt and started loving myself more. I was always hiding behind things or people or everything. I was a hider. I hid from everything. And now I'm wide out in the open. I am giving you my authentic self. I am not afraid to speak about anything anymore, no matter who it might offend. And I won't say anything just to offend you. I'm going to speak everything from truth and from love in the way that I understand it. And sometimes people look at me, even when I'm giving messages, and they give you that really puzzled look, and I'm like, oh, they don't understand what I'm saying right now. But I can always tell you that if you don't get that message right now, you will understand it later. I do not give messages or I do not channel information that is not true. That's not where I come from. So it's all about looking at our own lives and seeing what we can do to start changing them into a more joyful being. We all want to be more joyful. I can remember I was about 13 or 14 years old, and I think it was around Christmas time because I think I see a picture of a Christmas tree in my head. And I remember I think it was my father. He goes, so what do you want to be when you grow up? And I looked at him and I said, happy. And that's all I want to be is just happy. I just want to be happy. And I think back to that now, and I've created a happy life. I mean, sure, it could be happier, but I've created my happy life for myself. And what I think is happy might not be what someone else thinks is a happy life. So we all are individuals. So what is going to make you happy? What is going to make you reach out and be more of who you need to be? How are you going to help yourself stand into being more your authentic self, stand in your power, speaking your truth, understanding who you really are and why you're here? You know, we have many lessons that we chose to learn here. Again, I think I said this last week. If we had a whole sheet full of, you know, all these little check marks of everything that we can learn in this lifetime, we all check them all. We're like, give it all to us. We got it this time. We've learned so much in the past that no problem. We totally got this, you know. And we really do, but you have to believe you do. If you keep self-doubting yourself and putting things in the way, and so a lot of times we're putting up our own obstacles. Everything that gets put in our way might be a fear that we've had over and over again that all of a sudden pops up and we're fearful of it again, but it may come in a different manner. So to just look at your life and see what it is that you want to start changing so you can start living a more happy life, a more joyful life. You know, whether it's your relationships, your jobs, maybe you want to take a vacation, that'll make you happier. Start imagining what that stuff is for you. What is that stuff for you? Imagine. They want you to start dreaming and start dreaming bigger. They really want you to dream big. We keep ourselves way too small sometimes, and it's really time for us to stand in that power and dream a little bit bigger than we've dreamed before. What is it we want to pull into our lives? How do we want to pull that into our lives? Do we have all the right people? Do we have all the right things that we need to move forward? And, that's another thing they want to say. Not everything has to be in order to move forward. Just so you know that, that's you that believes that has to happen. When we think that we have to go A, B, C, D, E, all to get to Z, that's not always how it has to happen. That's how we've been taught it has to happen. I would like to just go from A to Z now, okay? I would just like to be able to go from where I started to where I need to go right now. And we can start to make that happen for ourselves. You can start making that happen for yourself. It's quite amazing once you kind of get it into your head that you can start making amazing things start happening in your own life. You start creating much, much more love, much, much more love. So while I'm thinking of it, we're getting closer to the end of my show, so I'm going to tell you where y'all can reach me again. You can reach me on my website at IamMelissaParks.com. You can reach me by phone at 941-266-9250. You can find my Facebook page at Melissa Parks Psychic if you would like to go over there and follow me there also. I'm trying to get into the other social media things. I have to get that under wraps, so you may find me there someday too. Who knows? Just keep your eyes and ears open. You never know where you might find me. Heck, I don't even know where I might find myself. So the energy is still building. I feel like it's starting to calm down a little bit, but it's still building. So I hope you felt a lot of that love and that vibration coming out to you today, helping you connect in with your higher self, helping you connect in with your higher powers, helping you connect in with all of your intuition to help you lead you along this beautiful journey that you're on, because each one of you are on this most amazing journey. Sometimes it doesn't feel amazing, but it trust me, it's truly amazing when you look at it from above. If you could be your angels and guides looking at it, they're like all applauding you, saying you're doing a great job. So know that everyone on the other side has got your back. Ask them for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help, whether it's angels, fairies, God, ascended masters, whoever you call on for your love and guidance. Maybe it's just your higher self on the other side. Whatever that might be, call that energy in to help you, and use your intuition when making judgments or making decisions. I like testing my energy all the time. I just love energy. That's how I connect with all of you. You know, I'll make like different signs with pieces of paper, and I'll put like, you know, that could be decision A or decision B, or maybe I want to move, and, you know, that could be a street and that could be a street, or maybe they're states. And then you flip them over and you turn them all around so they're all mixed up, and you start to feel them. So you know that your energy is connecting in. You start to feel that connection with those answers and those decisions that you're starting to make with yourself, you know, because sometimes we still doubt ourselves. You know, and we need to stop doing that. We're starting to do so much better for ourselves and connecting in and understanding our energy. And understanding that each one of us are energy. I just love energy so much. I'm going to talk about it a lot in the future, just so you know, because it's important that we recognize that we are energy and we connect in with each and everyone's energy. And we connect in at different places that we go with the energy that's there too. So pay attention to who you might need to bump into that day. This is the one I love. Sometimes I'll be driving around and all of a sudden I cut through a neighborhood and it's like my car automatically goes that way. Well, my light needed to travel through that neighborhood to connect with someone else's light that was either living in that neighborhood or they were walking in that neighborhood, but our lights needed to connect. And I may not always know who it is or be able to point it out, but sometimes you just know. You can just feel that it was important that you go there. You know, sometimes when you get called to the grocery store at a time that you wouldn't normally go to the grocery store, you feel like you're being brought there for a reason, not just your groceries. So just know that you're opening up to all these little energy vibes that are out there, and you're following the divine path that you were set on. And just know that you are full of love, you are full of life, you are full of laughter, you are full of joy, and you can create all of that in your lives, all of you, every single one of you. And I hope you start spending more time loving yourself, loving each other, loving everything that you're doing, and standing in your power. Again, I'm going to tell you that you can reach me at IamMelissaParks.com. You can reach me by phone at 941-266-9250. Again, if you're in Sarasota, Florida, you can find me at Wild Ginger Apothecary here in Gulf Gate Villages, right near Siesta Key Beach, the beautiful, beautiful #1 beach it gets called every once in a while. And I will sign off today and say thank you very much for joining me, and have a great week. And I will see you next Wednesday at noon. Thank you, thank you, thank you.